lawful, chaotic, good, evil. Long ago, a slightly younger Stuart had created an alignment video on the best character from Avatar, Zuko. And though there were many other best characters from that series left to examine, an opportunity arose as we approached our complete waifu handbook Kickstarter, link in the description. In early 2010s, a new Avatar arose, one that began with great promise, but fell into controversy. Now, with all the eyes on Waifu Month, Stuart takes a look at one of the most contentious characters from the series and answers the question no one asked. What is her alignment?
Howdy friendos, my name is Stuart, and it has been a criminally long time since we returned to the Avatar franchise. If for some reason you haven't seen the Zuko video, I highly recommend you do so. It's well worth it and covers all of his adventures from Avatar The Last Airbender. However, we are moving past Aang's adventures into a character that kinda needs to be covered. It's time we examine Korra of the Southern Water Tribe and the successor to Aang the Avatar. When a sequel series was announced after the critical acclaim of Avatar The Last Airbender, fans were naturally curious and excited. What started as a limited series turned into a 4-season adventure filled with graphic novels, video games, and even more for a character that is arguably one of the most divisive. Now, I have several thoughts about Korra, but if you know anything about Avatar and the fandom, you know that there are a few characters that are more polarizing than her. We've had complex characters like Zuko and absolutely wonderful villains like Azula, Ozai, and Zhao, and even anti-heroes that make us question the path of justice like Jet. But Korra is truly a character that you either like her or you really dislike her. But let's not beat around the bush and just delve into the character and see why. So Korra is the latest Avatar, discovered very early in life. Unlike Aang, who went through the traditional way of learning the elements, Korra just came out and was able to wield 3 elements right off the bat. She was trained in the South Pole by the White Lotus and was forbidden from leaving until she completed said training. Korra is surprisingly a little bit like the Doctor from Doctor Who. She is a response to her previous incarnation, just like most doctors are a response to their previous one. While Aang was caring, timid, and avoided conflict, Korra is headstrong, impulsive, and quick to pick a fight. It was her way or the highway, and this also meant that she struggled with mastering airbending as well as any spiritual talents that an avatar is supposed to have, including entering the avatar state. Speaking of, let's get into the Avatar state real quick. As we learned from both Avatar Roku and other episodes in The Last Airbender, as well as Season 2 of Korra, the Avatar state is a combined memory and talents of every avatar within the incarnation. This is typically used to enhance the abilities of the avatar, but they can sometimes go into this berserker state. We will go ahead and say that in the instances when Korra is ever overwhelmed and set into the Avatar state against her will, she will not be in charge of her own actions as it's a defense mechanism built into her very spirit and being. But in instances where she chooses to go into the Avatar state, this will directly cause an alignment ding. So with all of this in mind, we'll begin Korra at a very firm, chaotic good. She means well, but Korra's impulsiveness goes against a lot of society's norms and her own personal trainings. She is also very self-centered. Hi folks, Future Stuart here, and just a quick heads up, you're gonna hear past Stuart say a bunch of confusing things like, we're posting a video a day, or we're looking at the most popular waifus this month. Please ignore past Stuart. Past Stuart is a big dumb dummy who overcommitted. You see, we are posting 3 videos a week this month because we're promoting our Kickstarter, the Complete Waifu Handbook. Now, I wanted to promote it by doing a video a day, and that wasn't gonna happen. Just please note that we are dropping videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday this month, and most of them are some of our best work, and I really hope you enjoy them. By the way, I'm also doing a live stream every Friday, probably with Lit Dev. We're going to go over the chapters of the books, but just as a quick update though, our Kickstarter is doing very well, thank you for asking. As of this recording, we are nearly 400% funded, and now we're just looking to fill out some stretch goals. By the time this video goes live, we should reach 50,000, and that should unlock the expanded races, but I would also love if we could hit 60 so that I have an excuse to create the mythic path. Either way, thank you for watching, thank you for pledging, and if you could, when past Stuart says something like, we're gonna do a video a day, just post in the comments something like, oh, you sweet summer child, and just give him a little head pat. He doesn't know what he's doing. Thank you, and on to the video.
Some idiot opened the spirit portal and weakened the seal on Vatu.
Yeah, Promise me you won't get mad.
No, tell me you didn't.
To be fair, I just learned a lesson about not profiling.
Yes! Not profiling regular humans and spirits. If it's a giant tentacle monster that sounds like death and nightmares had an unholy love child, then it's safe to assume it's gonna fuck you up. How did you even do that?
I don't know. I just touched the glowing orb and out came the magic skybeam portal.
Rava, you did nothing to stop this?
I was eating chips.
Did I just have a baby?
After several years of training, Korra feels she's ready to begin airbending. Korra learns shit's going down in Republic City and Tenzin can't take away his time to teach her. Despite Tenzin's words and a promise to teach later, Korra says fuck that noise and sneaks off to Republic City. Chaotic good.
And we're about to put you in the hospital.
You're the only ones who are gonna need a hospital.
Arriving in Republic City, Korra learns of the Equalists and tries to stop a local gang. Unfortunately, she tears up a lot of property. Not the best sign when your first day on the job as Avatar is to get arrested. Oops, chaotic good.
Oh, I am well aware of who you are, and your Avatar title might impress some people, but not me.
Rescued from Li Beifong by Omni-Man, Tenzin, Korra is going to be put back on the boat. She's able to successfully convince J. Jonah Jameson to let her stay and try to help the city and learn airbending. Tenzin agrees and Korra begins her lessons. Neutral good.
Yeah, I could have been a real jerk and sent her home, but look at me, not being a jerk. Oh, what, you thought I was just here for the opening bit? No. Korra had to put up with me for 4 seasons. Now it's your turn.
What do you say we go to the arena tonight? Catch a few pro bending matches.
That sport is a mockery of the noble tradition of bending.
Already growing impatient with the block she's hitting and the training tools, Korra finds herself longing for Republic City's hottest sport, pro bending. She sneaks away and meets Bolin and Mako of the Fire Ferrets. Chaotic neutral for sneaking away, and true neutral for her interaction with the ferrets.
I'm a top-notch waterbender, if I do say so myself.
But you're the Avatar. Isn't that cheating?
It isn't cheating if I only do waterbending.
Eventually joining the Fire Ferrets and revealing herself as the Avatar, she plays by the rules and only sticks to waterbending to keep things fair. While Tenzin is pissed that she ran off, she's able to finally get the movements of airbending and uses it. While she still has a way to go, Korra promises to keep at her lessons with airbending while working with the ferrets. Lawful neutral.
It's just a little security work. Nothing crooked.
Learning Bolin has gone missing, trying to get money together for their next match, Korra learns the recent Equalist movement might have a hand in it. They decide to stake out one protester and interrogate him for information. Discovering the Equalist secret rally after collecting said info, they learn of Amon and his ability to remove bending. While she wants to save everyone and stop Amon, she instead rescues Bolin and rushes off, warning the Republic of the new problem on their hands. Chaotic good.
The time has come for benders to experience fear.
With Amon making himself public enemy number 1, Korra is asked to join the task force set up by the waterbending members of the council, Tarlok. She refuses, at first out of fear. However, she is quickly goaded into joining the task force. Because she's responding with fear and acting very rash to the point of openly challenging Amon to a duel after making arrests, we're going to give her a chaotic neutral. However, it does lead into an amazing Nat 20 scene that we'll go into in Amon's episode.
It's lovely to meet you. Mako told me so much about you.
Really? Because he hasn't mentioned you at all.
Leaving the task force to focus on pro bending, Korra is caught off guard by stupid sexy Asami. She also decides to actively pursue Mako even when he's clearly in a relationship with her. While she is able to win and work past a lot of relationship stuff, I'm going to negatively ding her for trying to cheat with Mako, who is in a relationship and she just wants him for herself. This is actually a really selfish and dick move. Neutral evil. Oh yeah, it also doesn't help that he says no, I think like several times.
This is Amon. I hope you all enjoyed last night's pro bending match, because it will be the last.
As the pro bending finals are on the horizon, Korra learns that Amon has threatened a city to shut down the games or else suffer the consequences. She and Lin are able to convince the council to let the game go forward with extra security. Too bad for her, opponents are cheating and win the fight. Even as Korra tries to keep playing fair. They attempt to stop the Equalists, but more have fallen to Amon's power. Lawful neutral.
Ever been behind the wheel?
The only thing I know how to drive is a polar bear dog.
You want me to take you for a spin?
Let's do it.
With the pro bending arena closed, Korra begins bonding with Asami, who has offered the two a home. However, she discovers Mr. Sato is up to no good. This episode is mostly trying to convince others that she's right and expose Asami's dad with the help of the police and Tenzin. They find the truth, and Asami loses her father to Amon's crusade. Lawful good.
Asami, did you know Korra likes Mako?
Giving Asami, Mako, and Bolin a new home with Tenzin, Korra realizes Tarlok has been amassing power to quash any regular people. Disgusted, Korra refuses to join the task force again, and instead patrols the city to stop Equalist with her gang. Chaotic good.
This is your last warning. Stay out of my way.
With Republic City a powder keg, thanks to Tarlok, Korra is ready to fuck the establishment until her team is arrested. Using Tenzin to free them is a good idea. However, sneaking in after hours to intimidate Tarlok and then fight him is kind of a no-no. Too bad for Korra, Tarlok has a dangerous ace up his sleeve. We're actually going to give this a chaotic good, but if you have any other debate as to what you think this is, feel free to mention it in the comments, because I'm willing to take the L on this one. This one is kind of scummy for her. Trapped inside a metal cage with no way out, Korra is finally forced to sit down and actually try to connect with Aang. She's able to discover Tarlok's method of bloodbending outside the full moon. She is eventually freed by Amon, and instead of confronting him, she runs to her allies. True neutral.
I've noticed how you treat Korra. How you acted when she was missing. You have feelings for her, don't you?
What?
I like Korra.
Recovering on Air Island, Korra learns Amon has now begun attacking the city. She's only able to save Tenzin from being assassinated. Overwhelmed by the sheer might of his army, Korra and the gang are forced to retreat. Lawful good at first, and then true neutral for retreating.
The Avatar's on the run. I'm not running from anyone. Let's go back up there and knock some heads. They'll never know what hit them.
Now in hiding, Korra waits for the United Forces to join in, only to watch as General Iroh and his ships are taken down with mines. Realizing she's the only one who can fight Amon, as they're both symbols, Korra learns that Amon is actually a disillusioned waterbender and brother to Tarlok. After the info dump, Korra decides to discredit her opponent instead of simply fighting him. Too bad this plan fails, but hey, that's progress. Lawful good. On the run and in enemy territory, Korra is caught by Amon and loses her bending. However, with the power of love, Korra is able to break past her block and air bends for the first time. She then curb stomps Amon, who suffers Nat 1 bullshit. Korra then struggles to regain her other bending and is devastated. Luckily, the block also allows her to talk with Aang and achieve the Avatar state, allowing her to energy bend and regain her lost bending and undo Amon's damage. There's a lot happening there, but we're going to call that neutral good.
And we all lived happily. Wait, what do you mean there's more?
The Avatar is the winner!
No fair! You can't go into the Avatar state to win!
For 6 months, Korra continues her Avatar training and gets close to Mako. When her totally not evil uncle shows up and asks for help with the spirits in the South Pole, Korra jumps in and is quickly smacked around. Frustrated that Tenzin and her father stifled her training and seeing her uncle in action, Korra leaps at the chance of dismissing Tenzin and learning from Uncle Scar. Claudius. Wormtongue. You know what I mean. Chaotic neutral.
I'm not here to teach you to fight spirits. I'm here to help you begin your spiritual training. We're going to one of the most remote places in the world.
Korra quickly throws herself into training with her uncle. With his guidance, he's able to quell the rampaging spirits and open the southern spirit portal. But a further rift is made between herself and her father. This clouds her judgment as she dismisses her father and opens the portal. While she is doing her duty, it's clear Korra is not thinking rationally. Let's go with chaotic neutral.
What are all your northern troops doing here?
Opening the spirit portal was only the first step in getting the Southern Water Tribe back on its righteous path.
With the South Pole now under lockdown as a way to unite the tribes, Korra is told she must open the northern portal next. She is willing to vouch for her uncle when martial law is put into place. She tries to de-escalate a civil war, but continues to side with Unalaq. She stops an act of treason and is horrified as her parents are arrested in the process. We're actually going to go with lawful neutral on this.
You can't do this! You take their lives and I'll take yours.
Oh boy, so Korra witnesses the kangaroo court for the traitors. When her father is going to be sentenced to death, Korra says fuck this and threatens the judge's life. Even when it's postponed, Korra is ready to feed this guy to Naga. And it's really important that I stress this. Korra didn't realize this trial was a sham or that Unalaq was evil until the judge literally spells it out to her. She was about to threaten and harm this guy, so yeah, there's no other ding for this. Chaotic evil.
Where's my father?
On a ship headed to the northern tribe. He'll serve out his sentence there.
Finally realizing Unalaq has been evil for years, Korra does a jailbreak. She, the crew, and Varric escape to seek help from Republic City and send support to the southern tribe. Chaotic good.
I'm not neutral. The North invaded my home. The only reason I'm here is to get the Republic to send troops to help the South.
Requesting help from Republic City, Korra is told that there won't be any. She attempts to lead a peaceful protest, which is attacked and is stalled by both bureaucracy and the United Republic trying to help. After yelling at Mako for tipping off the president, Raiko, Korra decides to seek help elsewhere before she's stopped. We're going to give her adventures here a middle-of-the-road neutral good, as she was trying to work within the law, but also trying to help people.
Get away from me!
It's okay. We're here to help you, Avatar Korra.
Who's Avatar Korra?
So I won't go into this too much as Korra is mostly recovering, but I would really recommend the Avatar Wan episodes. They're, despite some controversy, really beautiful, and we meet Rava and the season's big bad Vaatu. I like it. I know a lot of people don't, but I think it's pretty good.
Wait, you don't know about the Civil War?
What? No. We've been out of touch with the outside world since we started our vacation.
Tenzin's idea.
Recovering after some exposition, Korra goes to Tenzin, apologizing for her actions earlier and asking for his help. Instead of attacking head-on, Korra decides to enter the spirit world and close it off from the other side. She is quickly overwhelmed by the spirit world, but help comes in the form of the OG Iroh, who helps her gain some footing in this unfamiliar land. Lawful good.
So you've returned, Rava.
Led to the portals, Korra is confronted by Vaatu and Unalaq working together and holding Jinora hostage. With Jinora's life on the line, Korra willingly opens the portal, thus beginning the next step of Unalaq's plans and Vaatu's vengeance. This has to be chaotic good.
If he succeeds, the world as we know it is over. Sir, we desperately need your help.
With Jinora trapped and Unalaq close to succeeding, Korra again asks Raiko for help, but is told no. Bringing the crew back together, the group infiltrates the South Pole solo and stops Unalaq. This does not work, with her uncle unveiling that he will become the Dark Avatar. Neutral good.
Now you can take that evil plan and shove it down your 5th chakra point, you dingus!
Rava. Nothing could stop this moment.
In the spirit world, Korra has her grudge match against Vaatu and Unalaq. Sadly, their experience is enough to separate Korra from her light spirit, and she's disconnected from the Avatar state and the spirit. With Tenzin's help, however, Korra perceives and, okay. Remember my confusion with Future Trunks and his God Key bit? This right here is actually worse. Korra somehow becomes a giant woman, and Jinora Deus Ex Machina's Unalaq and Vaatu, and yeah, sure, whatever. Lawful good for helping the world. Nat 1 scene, Nat 1 ending. I hate this season.
All I want to do is see you turn into a decent screenplay, a decent screenplay. All I want to be is the fan who gets to see a decent screenplay. Yeah, screenplay! Hey, get out of here! You're not even in this show!
One last ding for the season, though, but Korra chooses to keep the spirit world open, feeling it might be good for both humans and spirits to coexist. I'm actually going to go with neutral good. Yeah, I kind of agree with this.
Sorry, but I'm using my chi right now. Maybe you can just wait here a few thousand years more.
Oh, I think not. My whole reason for living was so that I could exact my vengeance on you.
2 weeks after defeating her evil uncle and also battling some chi blockers in a video game, Korra learns that harmonic convergence created a whole bunch of airbenders. Excited to help, especially as Raiko is pissed off at her, Korra tries to help get rid of the excess spirit vines and talk calmly with the airbenders. She's banished from the city, but agrees to help Tenzin rebuild his society. I'm actually gonna go with lawful good on this. Korra's being real good this episode. Season 3 picking up.
Thank you, universe. Thanks for doing me a solid. You're welcome. I told you to amscray, but you stole my song. Only because you stole our hearts, Steven.
And that means no matter what you do, some people are not going to be happy about it.
Great.
On the other hand, some people will be very happy. Like me.
With an airship in a dream, Korra and the crew go to find airbenders. She attempts to let Tenzin take the lead, but fails even when she uses brute force. It's Korra who's able to convince everyone to give Kai, a small-time thief, a chance to be taught by Tenzin. Neutral good.
Well, actually, Your Majesty, I was hoping you could—
I hardly think you're in a position to ask me for favors, after everything the last Avatar did to the Earth Kingdom.
Things aren't so good when they try to broker a deal with the Earth Queen, a massive bitch. At first, Korra tries to work out a deal and collects taxes, only to find that the taxes are just insane, much like in real life. She also quickly realizes that the Earth Queen is lying and building her own airbending army. Much like Aang before her, Korra has no time for evil dictators and breaks everyone out in a mass exodus, learning that a new threat is coming after her, the Red Lotus terrorist group. Is allowing an evil queen to keep people lawful? Sure. Is breaking them out of prison chaotic? Also sure. Is breaking a bunch of innocent people out of prison who have no business being there lawful or chaotic? I don't care. We're going to call this neutral good.
A city called Zaofu, the home of the Metal Clan.
You know the place?
Never been, but I don't want you going there.
Returning to Lin Beifong's home, Korra honors Lin's wish not to tell anyone that she's in town. Eventually, the truth comes out, and Korra takes time to bond with the other Beifongs and learn metal bending. She decides to stay in the secure city, thinking she's safe from the Red Lotus. True neutral. Attacked in the dead of night, Korra manages to escape the Red Lotus. She and the crew are also able to find the mole, gathering evidence to try to expose him. Despite Lin insisting that they need to get back somewhere safe, Korra and the crew slip away with Sue's help. This eventually leads to meeting with Zahir, an anarchist that plans on dismantling the world for ultimate balance. I really want to do a video on this guy. I think he's actually more nuanced than people give him credit for. The meeting is cut short by an angry and familiar third party, the Earth Queen. Chaotic good.
The Earth Queen is in danger from a group of terrorists. I talked to one of them in the spirit world yesterday. He's insane.
Screaming about terrorists in the spirit world. You're the one who sounds insane.
Captured by the Earth Kingdom, Korra tries to warn them of the Red Lotus before escaping the airship Joseph Joestar style. Working together with Asami and the ship's crew, Korra is able to escape the desert. All neutral good in pretty uneventful episode. Holy f—
There is no life.
Drop everything. Leave, now!
Oh, no.
What? What is it?
He's here.
Reunited with her crew, Korra tries to radio Tenzin for help. However, it's also too late, as the Air Nation has been captured by the Red Lotus. Knowing Zahir wants her, Korra is willing to offer herself as bait while using her allies to save the nation and recapture the Red Lotus. It almost works, with the fighting top-notch and another savage death in the show. My god. However, Korra is captured by a now airborne Zahir, lawful good.
Guess he doesn't need a ride. I also lost someone I loved today. But your pain will soon be over. Bring the poison.
Captured, Korra is injected with a deadly poison in the Avatar state. As I mentioned previously, she is in survival mode, and the Avatar spirit takes over as she wrecks shop. And while the Air Nation is reborn, Korra has become severely weakened and must recover. There is no ding here since she was mostly unable to act the entire time.
I'm not crying. You're crying. There's so much stuff in the air. Of course my eyes are acting up. It's dumb, stupid. God damn it. Why did it happen to her?
For 2 years, Korra recovers with Asami and Katara's help. She distances herself from everyone save for Asami. When she feels strong enough to visit her friends, she is unable to stop a bandit and encounters a spirit resembling her berserker state at the end of Season 3. In the end, Korra goes into hiding, sending letters that lie to her family, trying to reclaim what she has lost. True neutral for the last 2 years, and then chaotic neutral for just kind of wandering.
Wait, you recognize me?
In a manner of speaking. We were good friends in your previous life. Nice to see you again, Twinkle Toes.
Led into a nearby forest after a cage match, Korra runs into a familiar face. Korra begs Toph for help, who relents and gives some classic Toph training. With Toph's tough love, Korra is able to pull out the last of the poison as Tenzin's children find her with terrible news. A new evil is on the horizon, and Korra needs to jump back in. True neutral.
The Avatar is here to see you.
Korra,
It's such an honor to see you again. The last I heard, you were still healing in the South Pole.
Returning to Zaofu, Korra comes face to face with the Earth Empire and its leader, Kuvira. Attempting diplomacy, Korra acts more civil and is trying to buy time and a temporary truce. When the Beifongs are captured, Korra then agrees to a bending battle. Unfortunately for everyone, Korra is still suffering from her trauma and kicks herself out of the Avatar state, Zaofu being captured in the process, lawful neutral.
I missed you so much, girl.
Returning to Republic City, Korra catches up with everyone, including her special lady friend. And while she's able to help save the former Earth King Wu, she's still handling her loss with Kuvira. You know it's bad when even a clip show can't pull Korra out of her funk. Neutral good and Nat 1 clip show.
Okay, a bit of context time right here. Nickelodeon, being the nice guys that they are, cut their budget halfway through production. And the crew was contractually obligated to make a certain number of episodes. So they had two options. 1, do a clip show, or 2, fire half of their crew. And most of the people working here had been with them since the original Last Airbender. No way they could do such a dick move. Even in the Blu-ray commentary, the cast and crew all confirm no one wanted to do a clip show, but it was literally the lesser of two evils. Nickelodeon studio mandates strike again.
When the news comes that Kuvira will be marching on Republic City with a super weapon in addition to several people captured by the Spirit Vines, Korra realizes that there's only one person who will be able to help her. Thinking she'll get over the last of her trauma, she confronts Zahir. I will say, Zahir has been doing very well for himself, having gone full Hannibal Lecter and is in complete control, even chained in this scene. During their talk, Zahir agrees to help Korra, free of charge, as Kuvira is everything he hates and he allowed her to gain this power. This allows Korra to save the people and reclaim her full Avatar powers again. Neutral good.
You can take off straight up, fly in any direction.
Where does the spirit ray come out?
It doesn't have a spirit ray.
With Kuvira still coming, Korra stops Raiko from dabbling in any Oppenheimer shit. She tries to get help from the spirits, who tell her to leave them alone and out of this shit. Korra helps evacuate the city before deciding to go back and attack Kuvira outside and stop the weapon before it arrives. Too bad this weapon is attached to a giant robot, which blows up her shit. Lawful good.
Stand down or we will attack.
I don't think you understand the power I possess.
Let me make it clear.
With the mech outside the city, Raiko folds like a house of cards. Korra, who isn't about to lose to Zelda Williams, kidnaps her fiancé to find a weakness to the mech. She stops herself from torturing him, but does swear she will keep Batar Jr. away from Kuvira for the rest of her life if she has to. Ice cold. Even if the threat doesn't work on Kuvira, I guess this is technically chaotic good.
I couldn't stop Kuvira from taking Zaofu. I'm not letting her conquer Republic City. The world isn't safe as long as she has that weapon.
With the new mech now in Republic City and ready to fuck around, Korra and the gang decide to find out. Everyone joins in this epic fight against the mech. Getting inside, Korra and the crew dismantle the mech as she faces off against Kuvira. She tries to give Kuvira a chance to surrender and even saves her for being blown the fuck up by her own weapon. Korra's come a long way from her days in Season 1. We're actually going to give this 2 lawful goods, weirdly enough.
You brought this on yourself. Messing with the spirit vines, acting like a dick.
With evil beaten, Korra offers to help the transition of leadership and government for the Earth Kingdom. She thanks her allies, her mentors, and makes some private plans to take a small private break. The two leave for a brief break.
Fun fact, after this episode and Korra-Sami officially became canon, a lot more children's programs were featuring LGBT couples. Coincidence? I don't think so. Korra had to walk so others could run.
Also, getting into the 2 adventures with Korra after the series and the comic books. After taking a small vacation to bond with Asami and tell her friends and family about their relationship, Korra is forced to tend with the ramifications of the spirit portal in Republic City. Angry spirits, an embittered Raiko up for re-election, and a turf war keep Korra busy, but she is able to find peace and compromise. In the end, Raiko is out, Zhu Li is the new president, Korra and Asami are now closer together, all the while the new gang leader and spirit-infected Tokuga is missing. Lawful good, twice for all this. With Zhu Li doing the president thing, Korra focuses back on Kuvira and the Earth Empire, as Wu is dealing with loyalists. As a symbol of a peaceful transition, Korra brings a cooperative Kuvira to try to quash the uprising. Korra admits she wants to give Kuvira a chance because she did save her father's life back in Season 3. The two work together, and through their baggage, they're able to stop the rigged election and ease the Earth Kingdom into a new path. Korra saves her friends from brainwashing and continues to chart her own path as the Avatar. Lawful good, twice. So Korra has had some pretty rough adventures, both in the literal sense and in the meta sense. Changing directions was definitely the name of the game, and Korra went from a one-season special to a multi-season series with no fucking plan. She then got a third season playing reactionary to a lot of her faults, and the final season with a smaller budget and less support from the network. And yet, I really like Korra. And I know what some of you are already typing. You're calling me a brand loyalist, an apologetic, a liberal cuck, some bullshit, I don't care. Or that I have a thing for women like Korra, which is true. I ain't even denying that. But guys, she's actually a really cool and great character. But this isn't a case where I think the concept is bad, but the writers didn't know what to do with her. There are many, many female characters we have covered in this series and on this channel that are seen as controversial. Elsa from Frozen, Rey from Star Wars, and especially Captain Marvel. I've actually given my opinion on most of these. These characters are all fine in concept, but unfortunately they were written with the intention of reacting to fan responses. A lot of YouTubers don't actually know this, but Korra was written at a time when the term Mary Sue wasn't thrown around as much as it is today. Korra was not actually released until 2012, when fans were quite receptive to changes in the status quo. Believe it or not, people were hyped to have a new Avatar series, and seeing a hot-headed female waterbender was just the story people were kind of itching for. The Last Airbender was so well written that the faith in the writers and the series was at an all-time high. Nearly every character was someone's favorite character, and the series was so good that no one was really going to argue, because yeah, of course Aang is the best character in the series. He's fun and innocent and tasked with an impossible quest, and has this really great internal conflict. Of course he's your favorite. Of course Azula is the best character in the series. She's so nasty and tragic and sad. And of course Iroh is the best character in the series. All I have to say is leaves from the vine and half of you are already emotionally stabbed. But Korra, oof, this character was doomed from the start. When the writers pitched Korra to Nickelodeon, it wasn't the fans that had a problem with her. It was Nickelodeon. They were the ones that insisted that fans wouldn't watch a female character. That whole
I'm the Avatar! You gotta deal with it!
That wasn't directed at fans. That was directed at Nickelodeon. You want proof that no one cared about Korra's gender or whatever? Just look up the old archive discussions of Korra over on 4chan, for Christ's sakes. The co-board were excited each week, and there was a new episode in discussion, and the chatter from that was just overwhelmingly positive. My favorite meme that originated on that board is one of Korra that is shaking and going, "Is it Saturday yet?" That was made on 4chan. They didn't care. The series was positive for a while. Korra has unfortunately been tainted by a writing team that was unfortunately tainted by criticisms they were unprepared to deal with. First, the Nickelodeon executives try to block them at every pass, saying that The Last Airbender was a fluke that will never happen again. Then, after Season 1, they were tainted by fan reactions, who could have honestly taken it or left it. Season 1 was kinda mid. It was interesting, but ultimately kinda mid. As time went on, though, and as the internet and fans responded to Korra, the writing team also began to flounder. They weren't able to go full force, and they took a half-baked character who was designed for one season and then stretched her out into a series that had absolutely no fucking plan. If anything, the series is lucky to be even as good as it is. And though many would argue that it's not good at all, take into account that all these roadblocks the series got was going to cripple this series from the beginning. They had everything working against them, and unfortunately, it shows. And while some may say that this was a franchise killer, it really wasn't. Korra had gotten more adventures since her TV show wrapping up through comic books and video games and a tabletop game. And Korra is still being marketed as the face of the franchise, although I think this is less to do with the writers believing in her and more of a reaction. Much like Aang, the series never really went away. It just changed, and we're not only going to get an adaptation of The Last Airbender on Netflix, which I'm not looking forward to, but we're also getting an adult gang series for the Avatar after Korra, and I'm glad that something is happening. I'm curious to see where it goes, though I am dreading the inevitable live-action funk. But what do you guys think? Do you like Korra? Can you not stand her? Are you eager for more Avatar stories? Which Avatar character do you think we should cover next? Because let me tell you, there is one character we will absolutely cover, and it is another Korra character. Thank you to the patrons, and I'll see you all on the Kickstarter.